Hello, and welcome to this module. We shall be continuing our discussion on optimize and automation. We shall be learning automation now. Automation typically refers to the use of technology to perform a step or series of steps correctly and consistently with limited or no human intervention. In its simplest forms, however, automation could mean the standardization and streamlining of manual tasks, such as defining the rules of part of a process to allow decisions to be made automatically. Efficiency can be greatly increased by reducing the need for human involvement to stop and evaluate each part of a process. Looking for opportunities to automate standard and repeating tasks can help save the organization costs, reduce human error, and improve employee experience. Applying the principle. To apply this principle successfully, consider this advice. Simplify and/or optimize before automating. Attempting to automate something that is complex or suboptimal is unlikely to achieve the desired outcome. Take time to map out the standard and repeating processes as far as possible and streamline where you can or optimize. From there, you can start to automate. Define your metrics. The intended and actual result of the optimization should be evaluated using an appropriate set of metrics. Use the same metrics to define the baseline and measure the achievements. Make sure that the metrics are outcome-based and focused on value. Use the other guiding principles when applying this one. When optimizing and automating, it is smart to follow the other principles as well. Progress iteratively with feedback. Iterative optimization and automation will make progress visible and increase stakeholder buy-in for future iterations. Keep it simple and practical. It is possible for something to be simple, but not optimized, so use these two principles together when selecting improvements. Focus on value. Selecting what to optimize and automate and how to do so should be based on what will create the best value for the organization. Start where you are. The technology already available in the organization may have features and functionalities that are currently untapped or underutilized. Make use of what is already there to implement opportunities for optimization and automation quickly and economically. Principle interaction. As well as being aware of the ITIL guiding principles, it is also important to recognize that they interact with and depend upon each other. For example, if an organization is committed to progressing iteratively with feedback, it should also think and work holistically to ensure that each iteration of an improvement includes all of the elements necessary to deliver real results. Similarly, making use of appropriate feedback is key to collaboration, and focusing on what will truly be valuable to the customer makes it easier to keep things simple and practical. Governance is the next major concept. We shall start with governing bodies and governance. Organizational governance is a system by which an organization is directed and controlled. Governance is realized through the following activities. Evaluate. The evaluation of the organization, its strategies, portfolios, and relationships with other parties. The governing body evaluates the organization on a regular basis as stakeholders' needs and external circumstances evolve. Direct. The governing body assigns responsibility for and directs the preparation and implementation of organizational strategy and policies. Strategies set the direction and prioritization for organizational activity, future investment, etc. Policies establish the requirements for behavior across the organization and, where relevant, suppliers, partners, and other stakeholders. Monitor. The governing body monitors the performance of the organization and its practices, products, and services. The purpose of this is to ensure that the performance is in accordance with policies and direction. Organizational governance evaluates, directs, and monitors all the organization's activities, including those of service management. Governance in the SVS is the next topic of discussion. The role and position of governance in the ITIL SVS depends on how the SVS is applied in an organization. The SVS is a universal model that can be applied to an organization as a whole, or to one or more of its units or products. In the latter case, some organizations delegate authority to perform governance activities at different levels. The governing body of an organization should retain oversight of this to ensure alignment with the objectives and priorities of the organization. In ITIL 4, the guiding principles and continual improvement apply to all components of the SVS, including governance. In an organization, the governing body can adopt the ITIL guiding principles and adapt them, or define its own specific set of principles and communicate them across the organization. The governing body should also have visibility of the outcomes of continual improvement activities and the measurement of value for the organization and its stakeholders. Regardless of the scope of the SVS and the positioning of its components, it is crucial to make sure that the service value chain and the organization's practices work in line with the direction given by the governing body. The governing body of the organization, either directly or through delegation of authority, maintains oversight of the SVS. Both the governing body and management at all levels maintain alignment through a clear set of shared principles and objectives. The governance and management at all levels are continually improved to meet expectations of the stakeholders. With this, we've reached the end of this module. We shall be discussing service value chain in the next module. Until then, goodbye.